Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. In 24 hours from now, we're going to be in maintenance for season 11. Hopefully I see everybody at the stream, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitch. But in today's video, we're going to talk about what you can expect in at least the events once season 11 launches. You see, we have 4 events coming up for the rest of November. Road to Glory starts on Thursday, right after season 11 launches. We have a flash event, War Games, Ring Domination, and then Last Man Standing to round out the month. I know a lot of people have not been in the transition from one season to another with new tiers into the game. So it leaves a lot of people with a lot of questions going into the events. And I'm going to let you know kind of what you can expect based on my previous experience. Also, I'm going to give you my frame of mind. Which of these events am I going to be more focused on? Am I going to try to play all of these events? Should you play all these events? Should you just be leveling up cards like crazy so you can get as far as you can in all of these events? Those are all the questions we're going to talk about today. Now, before we get started, of course, this is all going to be speculation. It's going to be based on my previous experience in other seasons, and it's also going to be contingent on what tier you are. Like, obviously, if you're starting in level 45 and you still have Inferno tier to go through, some of these things might obviously not apply. And for the first time ever, they are letting you skip a season if you grinded out all of the levels through full bar level 54 to start in the second rarity of the new season. They've also done 5 new tiers this season, which is also unprecedented. They'd never done that before, at least as far as I can remember. So starting season 11, there's certainly a lot of new things that we are gonna have to get accustomed to. And so, I am kind of making just guesses, but I'm gonna let you know how I approach it with what I know now. If you did not know, they did a poll over on the Discord, the SuperCard Discord page, and they asked, who do you want to be the first event card? And the fans voted, or at least the player base voted for Batista. So Batista is gonna be at least the first event card, as at least how it assumes. Now, the first event, even though it's Road to Glory, it is not going to be your first event card. Typically what they do at the start of the season, they do a Road to Glory, but it's only going to be base tier cards. And as far as I know, and as far as we think, it is going to start at WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 is going to be the bottom tier. So when you start up Road to Glory, you're going to be in WrestleMania 40 tier as the first card. And it should have all 5 cards or all 5 new tiers going all the way up to Legion. And it's pretty much more new tiers than it is old tiers. And most of us are still in that Inferno tier as far as Road to Glory deck. I mean, if you're completely maxed out, obviously Road to Glory, you're going to be in the new metal tier. But there's not going to be an event card. It should be just base tier cards. It should be just a little bit easier. Like, you're not going to need a full Legion Road to Glory deck in order to get this done. It's going to be a little bit easier than it would be, a month or two from now. But at least as far as how I'm looking at it, there's no way I'm going to get this done. And unless they make it obviously drastically easier, we're going to get tons of pulls tomorrow when season 11 launches. We're going to get tons of ink tiered cards. We are probably going to level up the singles. We probably won't level up any of the pros, and I'm going to tell you why here in just a minute. But our Road to Glory deck, as far as compared to the new tiers go, isn't going to be that great. So when I see Road to Glory, I'm not worried about getting it done. I know I'm not going to get it done, and I don't expect to get it done. There might be some people that do, but those are going to be the people that spend money, open packs, get top tiered cards, level those up. And so Going into Road to Glory, don't necessarily worry about it. Play it as much as you can, but don't be worried that you're going to not finish it, because you probably won't. Now, then we got a flash event the week after, War Games and Ring Domination. And before, this is something new. They've never had a flash event this early in a season, and this should be the event in which Batista comes in. And both of these are tier-based events. And in Season 10, in order to get the event card, you would have to be in that tier in your player rarity. Not your deck, but your player rarity in order to get the event card. A couple possible things that might happen, because I don't see any way possible that 99.9% of all people won't be in their player rarity in Legion tier. That just seems to be a pretty tough ask in 1 week. Because remember, we have all of Ink to go through, then we'll have all of Invasion to go through, and then we'll have all of Feral to go through just to get to the very bottom of Legion. That's going to be practically impossible to do for pretty much everybody. So I think that I'm not going to say that it's going to happen, but it would certainly be cool, especially since there's 5 tiers now, that maybe the Batista event card is going to be a tier or 2 maybe below. I'm not saying this is going to happen by any means, but that would be the only case in which I could possibly see some people getting the event card. Because if it is Legion and it still requires Legion player rarity, that would just be way too hard in that short of time. So when I see this flash event, I don't think I'm going to get the event card. I don't think that I'm going to be a high enough player rarity. And I play quite a lot. Even though I am free to play, I still play quite a lot. And I still grind. After all, I am completely max bar level 54. And we might be able to get through Ink tier. So unless this event card is in player rarity of Invasion and they let us get the event card if you're in Invasion, then I don't see it happening. It could be possible that they let players get it if their player rarity is Invasion or if their player rarity is Feral. But if you have to be Legion tier in your player rarity, no chance that most people are going to get these. So when I see it, I'm not too worried about getting the event card. I don't think I'm going to get it. So again, it's not going to be something I skip. I'm going to play it to try to get the new tier cards, but I'm not going to be worried about the event card. Then to end the month, which again is something new, Last Man Standing very, very early in the season. This is the event I am going to be focused on. This is the event that players are going to have the control of being able to get the event card regardless of what your player rarity is. And as many of you know, this is one of, if not my favorite event in this game. I love Last Man Standing. And so when I see this calendar and I see these events on here, Road to Glory, not worried about it. I'm going to play as best I can, but not worried about finishing. War Games, Ring Domination, not worried about getting the event card. If they drop it multiple levels, maybe to player rarity Invasion, then I might get it, but might not. I'm not too worried about it. Last Man Standing, though, I can start preparing now, start getting my deck set up, and have the perfect deck going into the new season for Last Man Standing to be able to get a high-ranked Last Man Standing event card. And I think that's what most players should focus on. So tomorrow, when we are live on stream and we're in Ink tier and everything that's available in the Superstore, all the things that we buy in the Superstore, all of the 10, 20, 30 packs, the rarity picks, everything that we are pulling, we're going to pull lots of singles. We're going to get pros. We're going to work on campaign. We're going to do all of that stuff. Well, I'm going to just hold it. I'm going to keep it in my inventory. And even though having fully leveled up inks or fully pro'd, ink cards or invasion cards or doing all that stuff, having the absolute highest stats possible on all those cards can be good for Road to Glory. Yes, but it's not going to be probably good enough to finish. So I'm not going to do it. War Games and Ring Domination, while it doesn't apply for that because it only applies to player rarity, which means it's about getting singles and it's about proing cards. So you don't have to level up cards to do War Games, to do Ring Domination. You can keep them at level 0. You get the XP points for just pulling a single, not for leveling it up to 100. So I'm going to keep all of my inks, all of my invasions, all of my ferals, if I get any of those, all of my metal cards, and I'm just going to keep them at level 0. I'm just going to keep them in my inventory, accumulate as many as I can, focus, kind of get an idea of how many arrows I got of each one of them. And then once it gets to this last week of November, then I'm going to start thinking about which cards I want to level up and get my deck perfect for LMS. This is what my LMS deck looks like right now. And of course, this can be changed and I could probably do all blue right here. And I could probably do all yellow or all blue right here. Probably all yellow. Focus on blues at the males, yellows on the females. And I don't want to mess that up. Like, I don't want to have blue, yellow, left, up, left, down, right. I don't want to have a deck like that. I don't want to have a deck where, the top card is 9,000, 10,000 stats, and my bottom card is my Undertaker Inferno. It's going to make LMS virtually impossible. But if you start planning right now, don't level up your cards, keep your arrows, like the numbers of your arrows. I'm going to focus probably on blues, at least as of right now. And so if I have a blue ink, then I'm going to level that one up and see how high the stats go. And just keep in mind, just maybe barely go over the Undertaker so the bottom card can drop off. And that's how I'm going to be preparing. LMS is my best shot at an event card. I don't think I'm going to get the event card in the Flash event the previous week, and Road to Glory does not have an event card. So again, I'm not worried about it. So that's kind of what my idea is going into season 11, how I'm going to prepare and what I am going to do when it comes to these upcoming events. We did do a LMS prep guide video maybe a month ago. If you want to go check that out, most of the things will probably still apply. And again, unless they drop this requirement of having a player rarity in, say, invasion only, then there's no shot of getting the Batista in this. Absolutely no shot. So again, I'm not even worried about it. Road to Glory only contains base tier cards. It's not worth messing up your deck just to level up a couple cards just to get more base tier cards. Prepare for LMS. If you're a free-to-play player like me, pick and choose your events. Pick and choose your events. Go for the events that are the best suited for you as a free-to-play player and start setting up your deck now. But either way, I just thought we'd go over the calendar, let you know what I'm thinking, how I'm approaching season 11. And of course, like I said, we'll be streaming tomorrow. We're going to be streaming on Twitch. We're going to be streaming on YouTube. So come check out one of those streams. And hopefully I see you there. Hopefully you're hyped and excited. I know I am. Can't wait to get some of these pulls, especially being live and stuff like that. But either way, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow, guys. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything or, if you have other thoughts, other ideas about this topic. But I'll see you then, guys. Y'all take it easy. We're out. Peace.